The 1983 to 1984 NBA season was the 38th season of the National Basketball Association. The season began on October 28, 1983 and ended on April 15, 1984. David Stern begins his tenure as the league's fourth commissioner, effective April 1st. The NBA playoffs were expanded from 6 teams per conference to 8, where it stands to this day. This was the first year the first round of the NBA playoffs went from best of 3 series to a best of 5 series. The first round remained best of 5 until hit that sub button right now if you find out. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar surpassed Wilt Chamberlain to become the all-time NBA career leader in points. The Denver Nuggets and Detroit Pistons play in the highest scoring game in NBA history, with the Pistons winning 186 to 184 in 3 overtimes. The number 1 pick was Ralph Sampson, selected by the Houston Rockets, who will become the first rookie to win the Rookie of the Month award in every month of the season. Spot World, welcome to NBA Rap. Those are some quick facts about the season. Help this number, wherever it is, go up by hitting that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Come on, let's do it. Let's get to the team records. Leading the league in the East were the Boston Celtics, 62 wins, 20 losses, followed by the Milwaukee Bucks, 50 and 32, Philadelphia 76ers, 52 and 30, Detroit Pistons, 49 and 33, New York Knicks, 47 and 35, New Jersey Nets, 45 and 37, Atlanta Hawks, 40 and 42, and Washington Bullets, 35 and 47. Missing the playoffs were the Cleveland Cavaliers, 28 and 54, Chicago Bulls, 27 and 55, and the Indiana Pacers, 26 and 56. The West was led by the Los Angeles Lakers with a 54-win, 28-loss record, followed by the Utah Jazz, 45 and 37, Portland Trailblazers, 48 and 34, Dallas Mavericks, 43 and 39, Seattle Supersonics, 42 and 40, Phoenix Suns, 41 and 41, Denver Nuggets, 38 and 44, and Kansas City Kings, 38 and 44. Missing the playoffs were the San Antonio Spurs, 37 and 45, Golden State Warriors, 37 and 48, San Diego Clippers, 30 and 52, and the Houston Rockets, 29 wins, 53 losses. Let's make our way to the season leaders and all-star game. Leading the league in points, Adrian Dantley of the Utah Jazz, averaging 30.6 points per game. Leading the league in assists, Magic Johnson of the Los Angeles Lakers, averaging 13.1 assists per game. Leading in rebounds, Moses Malone of the Philadelphia 76ers, averaging 13.4 rebounds per game. The steals leader, Ricky Green of the Utah Jazz, averaging 2.7 steals per game. Leading the league in blocks, Mark Eaton of the Utah Jazz, averaging 4.3 blocks per game. The 34th National Basketball Association All-Star Game was played on January 29, 1984 at McNichols Sports Arena in Denver. There were quite a few great performances on the night, including Magic Johnson finishing with 15 points and 22 assists, including an All-Star Game record 13 assists and a half. His 22 assists set an all-time single-game record for All-Star dimes. Julius Erving, the reigning All-Star Game MVP, who scored 34 points to go along with his 8 rebounds and 5 assists, and Isaiah Thomas finishing with 21 points and 15 assists, and wrapping up the night with the MVP award in the East 154 to 145 overtime win over the West. The Eastern Conference All-Stars were Isaiah Thomas of the Detroit Pistons, Sidney Moncrief of the Milwaukee Bucks, Julius Erving, Andrew Toney, and Moses Malone of the Philadelphia 76ers, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish of the Boston Celtics, Bill Laimbeer and Kelly Tripucka of the Detroit Pistons, Bernard King of the New York Knicks, Jeff Ruland of the Washington Bullets, and Otis Birdsong of the New Jersey Nets. They were coached by K.C. Jones of the Boston Celtics. The Western Conference All-Stars, Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of the Los Angeles Lakers, George Gervin of the San Antonio Spurs, Adrian Dantley and Ricky Green of the Utah Jazz, Alex English and Kiki Vandeweghe of the Denver Nuggets. Shout out to my boy Jack Walsh for the pronunciation of Kiki's name. Thank you, bro. Jim Paxson of the Portland Trailblazers, Jack Sikma of the Seattle Supersonics, Ralph Sampson of the Houston Rockets, Mark Aguirre of the Dallas Mavericks, and Walter Davis of the Phoenix Suns. They were coached by Frank Layden of the Utah Jazz. Larry Nance of the Phoenix Suns won the first NBA Slam Dunk Championship. Hey you, are you learning the ball right now? We need the Rookie of the Year award here in Spa World. If you're new, hit that sub button. If you're not new, come on, hit that like button. And if you're anybody, just comment. It could be anything, realistically. Let's take it to the award winners. The MVP of the season went to Larry Bird of the Boston Celtics, averaging 24.2 points, 10.1 rebounds, and 6.6 assists per game. The Rookie of the Year, Ralph Sampson of the Houston Rockets, averaging 21 points, 11.1 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. The Defensive Player of the Year went to Sidney Moncrief of the Milwaukee Bucks. The Sixth Man of the Year went to Kevin McHale of the Boston Celtics, averaging 18.4 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 1.3 assists per game in 31.4 minutes per game. The Coach of the Year went to Frank Layden of the Utah Jazz. Making the All-NBA First Team, Larry Bird of the Boston Celtics, averaging 24.2 points, 10.1 rebounds, and 6.6 assists per game. Bernard King of the New York Knicks, averaging 26.3 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of the Los Angeles Lakers, averaging 21.5 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game. Isaiah Thomas of the Detroit Pistons, averaging 21.3 points, 4 rebounds, and 11.1 assists per game. And Magic Johnson of the Los Angeles Lakers, averaging 17.6 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 13.1 assists per game. Making the All-NBA Second Team, Adrian Dantley of the Utah Jazz, averaging 30.6 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 3.9 assists per game. Julius Erving of the Philadelphia 76ers, averaging 22.4 points, 6.9 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. Moses Malone of the Philadelphia 76ers, averaging 22.7 points, 13.4 rebounds, and 1.4 assists per game. Sidney Moncrief of the Milwaukee Bucks, averaging 20.9 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game. And Jim Paxson of the Portland Trail Blazers, averaging 21.3 points, 2.1 rebounds, and 3.1 assists per game. Making the All-NBA Rookie Team, Steve Stepanovich of the Indiana Pacers, Ralph Sampson of the Houston Rockets, Darrell Walker of the New York Knicks, Jeff Malone of the Washington Bullets, Thurl Bailey of the Utah Jazz, and Byron Scott of the Los Angeles Lakers. Making the All-NBA Defensive First Team, Bobby Jones and Maurice Cheeks of the Philadelphia 76ers, Michael Cooper of the Los Angeles Lakers, Tree Rollins of the Atlanta Hawks, and Sidney Moncrief of the Milwaukee Bucks. Making the NBA All-Defensive Second Team, Larry Bird and Dennis Johnson of the Boston Celtics, Dan Roundfield of the Atlanta Hawks, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of the Los Angeles Lakers, and T.R. Dunn of the Denver Nuggets. We have now arrived at the most important part of the season. That's why I'm moving my hands like this. The playoffs. In the Eastern Conference first round, Boston defeated Washington 3-1. Milwaukee defeated Atlanta 3-2. New York beat Detroit 3-2. And New Jersey advanced over Philadelphia in 5 games. In the Western Conference first round, Utah beat Denver in 5. Dallas eliminated Seattle in 5. Phoenix defeated Portland 3-2. And the Los Angeles Lakers defeated Kansas City 3-0. In the Eastern Conference semifinals, Boston defeated New York in 7 games. And Milwaukee won over New Jersey 4-2. In the Western Conference semifinals, the Los Angeles Lakers defeated Dallas 4-1, and Phoenix beat Utah 4-2. In the Eastern Conference Finals, Boston advanced over Milwaukee 4-1, and the Lakers advanced over Phoenix 4-2. The 1984 NBA Finals was played through May 27th to June 12th, featuring the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Boston Celtics. This was the last NBA Finals to use the 2-2-1-1-1 format. Until hit that sub button right now and find out when that year NBA Rap drops. Game 1 saw the Lakers stealing home court. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hit 12 for 17, finishing the game with 32 points and leading his team to a 115-109 win. In Game 2, the Lakers led 113-111 with 18 seconds left when Gerald Henderson stole a James Worthy pass to score a game-tying layup. The Lakers then inbounded the ball and Magic Johnson inexplicably dribbled the clock out during regulation time. Scott Wedman fired off the game-winning shot in OT, and the Celtics took Game 2 124-121. In Game 3, behind a big 14-point, 11-rebound, 21-assist triple-double from Magic Johnson, the Lakers were able to cruise to 137-104 win. After the game, Larry Bird said his team played like sissies in an attempt to light a fire under his teammates. It was Boston's worst playoff defeat in franchise history to that date. Magic's 21 assists were a finals game record that still stands to this day. Game 4, the Lakers had a 5-point lead with less than a minute left in the game, yet the Celtics were able to force overtime. Kareem fouled out with 16 seconds left in regulation, and Magic turned the ball over late as well, missing 2 free throws in OT. Led by Larry Bird's 29-point, 21-rebound performance, Boston won 129-125. Magic Johnson was called Tragic Johnson by Celtics fans due to the 2 crucial errors he committed in Game 4. Larry Bird led his team with a 34-point, 17-rebound performance to a 121-103 win. now giving the Celtics a 3-2 lead. Game 5, Larry Bird led his team with a 34-point, 17-rebound performance to a 121-103 win, now giving the Celtics a 3-2 series lead. This game was known as the Heat game, as it was played under 97 degrees heat and without any air conditioning. An oxygen tank was provided to give air to an aging Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Referee Hugh Evans became dehydrated and fainted at one point in the first half. Facing elimination at home, the Lakers matched the physicality Boston had been bringing to the series. Despite trailing by 4 going into the fourth, the Lakers outscored the Celtics 36-21 to win the game, 119-108. Game 7, the Lakers found themselves down 14 at the Boston Garden. They rallied back to be down only 4 with 1 minute remaining. The 1981 Finals MVP Cedric Maxwell then stole the ball from Magic Johnson, and Dennis Johnson knocked 2 free throws down to seal a 111-102 victory. Dennis Johnson led his team with a 24-point, 8-assist performance, and the Boston Celtics wrapped up their season with the chip. Larry Bird was named the Finals MVP, averaging 27.4 points, 14 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 2.1 steals, and 1.1 blocks per game in 7 games. This series was the 8th time in NBA history that the Celtics and Lakers met in the NBA Finals, with Boston winning each time, and the first championship that the Celtics claimed at home since 1966. Spot World, that's wraps up today's episode of NBA Wrapped. Hopefully you learned something new, like I said before, and if you're here, you should definitely do it now before this video is over. Hit that sub button if you new. Hit that like button if you anybody. Comment about anything if you can. Comment about anything if you want to show some love. And if you want to keep learning ball, you could do that right there.